if we are aligned with our breath, if we are aligned with our inner intuition, then life goes very effortlessly, and that's what yoga does. Yoga is not something just you do on mat for 1 hour for asana practice. Asana is one part of yoga. There are major 7 chakras. There are many other chakras also, but they are the main 7 chakras, and they are all present on our spine. These are the energy centers, and when I say energy centers, it's again not the physical energy, it's the pranic energy center.
Do you think yoga can help you connect with people better? Hello and welcome to this episode of the Good Life Guide. Today we have with us Priyanka Koli. She is a yoga instructor who has a decade of experience of teaching yoga in corporates, for chakra healing and for mental health. In today's episode, we'll be talking about some tricks that you can do in your daily life and relieve stress during your workday. So let's start. Hi Priyanka, how are you?
Hello Dhiril, I'm good, how are you?
So we spoke and you started yoga at a very young age.
Yeah.
Could you tell us how do you define yoga?
So, in simple words, I define yoga as something that connects the outer you with your inner you. By definition also, yoga means something that unites your mind, body and soul. So when we align our inner selves with our actions, life becomes more effortless. But if you're trying to do something with which we are not aligned, we need a lot of motivation. We need to push ourselves too much, and that actually never works out. But if we are very much aligned, if we are aligned with our breath, if we are aligned with our inner intuition, then life goes very effortlessly, and that's what yoga does. It aligns your inner self with your outer self. So I'll define yoga as something, a way of life that will align your mind, body and soul. Yoga is not something just you do on mat for 1 hour for asana practice. Asana is one part of yoga, important part, but it's just one part of yoga. What you learn in that 1 hour of asana practice and what you take out throughout the day is what yoga is. Otherwise, if you're just doing the asanas, if you're just moving the body, it is workout, which is also good, but it's not yoga.
Got it. So yoga is kind of a amalgamation of breath, body and the soul, your spirit as well. That's great. So what got you interested in yoga?
So like most people, I started yoga just I wanted to try it. There was no plan of continuing it this intensely, but once I started yoga, once I felt the benefits of it, once I started feeling how it's making me calm and how it's affecting my way of thinking, my lifestyle, my eating habits, I thought there's no going back, and I really wanted to teach other people also what I'm experiencing or what I am experiencing the benefits. So I started teaching yoga because I thought this is something everyone should learn, and I thought while teaching this will help me as well. So it's like I want to be the channel that passes this knowledge to people.
So when you say it changed the way you think, it changed the way that you took your eating habits, can you tell us what changed exactly?
Okay. So when we practice yoga, let's say we are practicing asanas, we are also coordinating our breath with it. That is making us very mindful. So in 1 hour we are practicing mindfulness, it starts becoming a habit throughout the day. When you are more mindful, you'll eat something and after a while you'll notice that this doesn't feel good for my body. And next time you'll eat something else and notice how it feels in your body. So you're more aware of what is happening with your body. So you'll not just eat everything and feel equal. You'll feel the difference, what food is giving you energy. If you're allergic to something, if it is something more tamasic, you'll realize those things on your own. First, you will read about it and learn from your teachers also, but you'll yourself also get to know these things.
That's very interesting because talking of corporates in which you majorly specialize, here people do not even get lunch breaks, and if they do, it's like a 15-minute break and you are out. So could you tell us what are the problems that the corporates face and how yoga can help the white collar individual today?
What I have noticed corporate people face, there are two major issues. One is with their spine. Either they have some issue in their upper spine, neck or shoulder region, or they have some issue in their lower spine because they're sitting on chair for long hours and they're not aware of their posture. That really affects their spine. So it's not good for your physical body, but actually when you're sitting like this, it's also affecting your lungs and your heart, and that eventually make you breathe less oxygen. That will eventually make you feel lethargic throughout the day because you're not breathing right. And it's such a basic thing. We are not breathing right. We think we know breathing, but the right way to breathe is through your stomach, through your lower lungs. But generally, when you'll notice, for adults, they are breathing from their lungs, which is kind of a shallow breathing, but it's not very deep. So you're actually restricting yourself. So one issue is that their spine is not aligned. Second issue that I see is mental health, because they're stressed, they're very busy. So practicing yoga again will add mindfulness in them, and that will help them calm themselves down. They'll be more in control of their mind. They will not suppress if there is some emotional issue coming up, or if there is something, they'll not suppress it. They will be mindful of it and they'll deal with it better. Because first step is to accept there is something rather than suppressing.
Right. And I think what people also struggle with is, even if they know like they are not feeling well, or if they know that, oh, this, I'm having a headache, for example, so they'll look for quick fixes. So to solve that, can you tell us, for someone who wants to do yoga at work, what are the few exercises that they can do?
Okay. I will say first start with neck movements, because we need to work on your spine. Because all the major chakras are also on the spine. So when you start with neck, start with just neck movements, up, down, or neck circles, neck rotations, and then move to elbow rotations, both direction. Everything do for 10 counts, and then you can start stretching your spine, like elongate your spine, and then do side bends, like hold your armchair, do side bending, or do twisting. These are basic stretches that you can hold for 30 seconds, 1 minute. That will just stretch your spine, because while you're in chair, the best thing that you can do is stretch your spine. Another practice that you can do is seated cat and cow pose. Those will really help. And I think after 5 to 6 stretches of the spine, move to a breathing practice, because after asana you should end always with a breathing practice that will help you absorb all the energy that is generated in your body. So you can practice either abdominal breathing, or you can practice Chandra, which is, I'll explain what is Chandra then.
Sure.
So Chandra is something, you close your right nostril and continue to breathe from your left nostril. What happens with it? We have two sides. One is our right and left, and right side is associated more with masculine energy, which is more about taking action, doing something, or always on the go, always keeping your mind busy. And then there is left side, which is associated with Ida Nadi, which is feminine side, and that is more about relaxing, that is more about being calm. And when we are in corporate and when we are constantly on the go, our Pingla Nadi is more activated. So our right nostril is more activated. You can try by just bringing your finger below your nostrils, and you will notice one side is more active, and that changes throughout the day. Sometimes your right nostril is more, or sometimes left. Do you feel any difference?
Yeah, I feel like the right one is more. But when is the left one more active, and when is the right one
it's
more
different
active?
for different people, but generally early mornings left is more active, and late at night also left is more active. Also, whenever you're more relaxed, if you are like sitting on top of a mountain, left will be more active. So, but because we are stressed right now, we need to balance it by breathing from our left nostril. So just close your right nostril and inhale slowly from left and slowly exhale from right. Sorry, exhale from left, same. So you need to continue doing this for 1 minute or 2 minutes.
Okay.
That will balance both the sides.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Because I feel that people are too stressed to kind of, and what people do is they just breathe like, okay, I'll just take deep breaths. Like that's the easiest thing that you can do. But I think this technique would really help them to calm themselves and center themselves. Could you also tell us some of the lesser known yoga techniques like these that can help release the work stress, and also it can unwind a person after a hectic day? So maybe I've had a hectic day at work today, and what can I do for just 5 minutes that will make me relaxed?
Okay, I'll tell you, it's not lesser known, but first thing is start with abdominal breathing. Just place your right hand on your abdomen, and when you inhale, feel that your belly expanding, and when you exhale, feel that your belly is going in. And do it very slowly. Like, let's say you're inhaling in 6 seconds, and then you're exhaling in 10 seconds. Exhalation is even slower, and be mindful of it. One thing. Then second is, inhale and exhale very fast and forcefully, like that. That will actually increase the pranic value in you. So pranic energy will be increased in that, both for your Ida and Pingla Nadi. Then you can practice Chandra Birna, like what I told you. Then you can also practice Chandra Anulom Vilom. That will also again activate your Chandra side, your Ida side, or your feminine side, which is you are inhaling from your left and you are exhaling from your right. So that also you can do. These are 4 pranayams that each you can do for 1 minute or 2 minutes, and that will really help you.
So you said something about the pranic energy. What exactly is the pranic energy?
Okay, so in yoga, it's there are 5 bodies, we say. It's called Panchkosha model. First is our physical body. Second is our pranic body, which is called Pranmaya Kosha. And that is the energy which is called the vital energy, the pran, the life force in us. So when we increase the pranic flow in us, we'll feel life is happening very effortless. Like I was telling in the beginning, when we have more pranic energy, we feel that we are in a flow state. We are working in a flow state. Yeah. So one is physical energy. You do cardio and you get physical energy. Pranic energy is you improve your longevity. You become very effortless. You can do hard work without even feeling like you're exhausting yourself. You will have that in you. That happens with increase in pranic energy.
Does that improve our mindfulness? So does that make us feel that we are more in sync with how life is happening rather than friction?
Yes. Because like I said, second kosha was Pranmaya Kosha. Third kosha is Manomaya Kosha, which is about mental health and emotional health. So when we work with our breath, we increase pranic energy, and that is a bridge between our mind and our body. So breath or prana is the bridge between our physical body and our mental body. So whenever you are working with your breath, whenever you're increasing your pranic energy in any way, that is gonna make you more mindful. That's a bridge between your physical body and...
Wow, that's very interesting to know. So I read this book called Thinking Fast and Slow. In that, the author kind of differentiates between the 2 modes of thought. So one is system 1, which is fast, instinctive and emotional, and system 2, which is slower, more deliberate, more logical. How can, because we are talking about the corporates, how can yoga help people activate system 2 for better decision making?
Okay, I would say practicing yoga every day consistently. I'll explain in steps. One thing is practice yoga consistently, even if you're doing it for 15 minutes, because it's not something you do for 1 hour, then you forget about it. It's not gonna give you enough benefits. The major part point is you have to practice it consistently. Then you will notice there are some blockages that are getting removed from yourself. You will become more, like I said, in a flow state. That will happen. And this similar question, someone asked my guru, like, why we should practice yoga if it slows us down. We are working in corporates, we want to do fast things, we want to be more efficient. Why should we slow ourselves down? It's not efficient. But he explained it in a way. Imagine that there's a cricket match happening and the batsman is probably gotten run out and the umpire is not sure if the batsman is out or not. So he gives the decision to third umpire. Third umpire plays the video in slow motion to make the right decision. So basically, when you're trying to slow yourself down, you're actually making things clearer for you to make better decision.
Wow.
So when you're calming your mind down, you're basically seeing everything clearer. So when you see things clearer, you make actually quick decisions. And when you make quick decisions and you make the right decision, you're confident with your decision and you act with full effort. But if you're confused about what you've made the decision is right or wrong, you're gonna not give full effort because you're confused. That's what happens when I say yoga increases mindfulness.
Got it.
So you're gonna see what is right for you and what is not right for you. You're gonna feel what is right for you, what is not right for you, which is very logical. It's not just you felt like it. It's like you understood things very clearly because everything has gotten slower for you.
There's more clarity.
Yeah, right.
So it is also, is it just like the logical part of it, or does it also strengthen your, say, gut feeling that we talk about? So does it strengthen that as well, and then you use the two things together to kind of make a decision?
It does. It definitely does. Because when we are trying to increase our gut feeling, we practice a lot of pranayama. Again, that increases the pranic energy. That activates our third eye.
Got it.
So third eye is all about intuition. So when energy, pranic energy is flowing freely, it reaches till here like easily. And when that happens, it actually increases your intuition or your gut feeling. So practicing yoga, but I would say it's not the yoga where you're just practicing the asanas,
Right.
but you're not mindful of what you're doing. Because yoga, whenever we are holding a difficult posture, it is teaching us to control your breath even in the difficult situation. So when you do that and you use that in your work life also, if you're facing some challenge, try to keep your breath stable. You'll notice that you are calmer and you can make decision with a calm mind and you'll be more confident about your decisions. So that will increase your intuition for sure. And you'll not even realize how is that happening because you just have to be consistent. Rest other things will happen on your own.
That's very interesting, honestly. Talking about the difficult situations, according to a report, nearly 48% of Indian corporate employees are at a high risk of poor mental health. Like you also said, one of the major problems that they face is mental health. I just want to know what are the techniques that someone can use to manage their work-life balance better?
Okay. I would say practicing yoga in the morning is better because once you set your mind for a calmer day or you set an intention, it stays with you throughout the day. These days it's very popular or trending also. People are doing affirmations. Earlier people thought it's something just mental illusion.
Yeah.
But actually you will notice when you start your day with intention, when you start your day with yoga, because in yoga there are a lot of practices that you do, because yoga is also about how you train your mind. And when you start like that, you're gonna feel that your day is going very effortlessly. In the morning, I would say if you're busy, do even 15 minutes. Either asanas or pranayama. Even you can do meditation only for 15 minutes. Just do a little warm up of 10 minutes or 5 minutes, then do your meditation. That will also help you a lot. And if you feel still you don't have time, you can still do the meditation while you're traveling. Let's say if
Okay.
you're in a train or something, if you're not driving, that you can do.
No, that's very interesting. So doing it every day is the key.
Yeah,
It's
rather
the
than-
consistency
yes.
over quantity.
Right, because it's something you are not doing actually. You just have to show up. Rest, everything is a divine power, and you'll just go with the flow.